Hello and welcome to the Vultpod. I believe it is episode 8. I'm not entirely sure though, since I don't make these videos frequently, which means I sort of lose track on the exact numbering of them. But the Vultpod is, I suppose, an internet podcast in which I just say things that are on my mind, and I suppose let's go. Okay, first of all, I recently finished editing episode 29 of my Learning to Play 0 AD series, and that will be going up on, I believe, the 12th, and hopefully that will be enjoyable to whoever watches it. Additionally, I am continuing to play some Free Orion, which I find enjoyable. By far, however, my most popular series has been the 0 AD, so do not worry, I will continue it. Additionally, I would like to make a Q&A video, question and answer video, so if somebody could put several questions in the comments section, I would be glad to answer them in a following video. Other things that I'm planning on doing, I think I might go back to Civilization 3, which I started doing. It was in fact my first video on my channel, but I discontinued it because I got rid of EasyVid and I went to using Fraps. And since it's an old game, Fraps has a few problems with recording it, which is why that series got discontinued. But I've recently been doing some tests with OBS, and I believe I could continue the series with OBS. However, the sound will sound perhaps a tiny bit choppy, simply because of the limitations of OBS. Okay, on another note, I recently, IRL, have been doing some yard work. It was rather enjoyable. Well, not exactly, but fine nonetheless. And once again, I have taken down a tree barehanded. It's not the easiest thing, but if you know how to grip a tree just right, you can just knock it right over. It's an orange tree, so it's not too big, but it's definitely a few times my weight. So what you do is you grab the trunk, and if the trunk bends a little bit, it means that you can actually pull it down barehanded. So what you have to do is you have to swing it back and forth a little bit, and once you get a good swing going, eventually it'll start cracking. This works especially well if the tree is perhaps rotten or eaten out a bit by ants. In my case, there were some carpenter ants on it, so that helped a little bit. But once I knocked the tree over, eventually I left it because I couldn't just move it by myself. So later on I got some help. However, it was just help on short notice, so we went out barefoot and we pulled the tree over to a place where we just dumped lots of wood that we cut. And of course, pulling the tree isn't the easiest thing. The reason I couldn't do it myself wasn't because it was too heavy, because I certainly could have lifted it. I just needed to find a point of balance. But it's really a safety issue as well as a traction issue, because a tree has lots of branches, so it gathers a lot of traction on the ground. So it produces a lot of friction, which means that if you only have one person, it's not really practical to just pull it, because you'll have just lots of resistance. You have to actually lift it, which is a safety issue, because if you fall over for whatever reason, then you're pinned under a tree, and that can hurt a lot. Also, as I said earlier, there were some carpenter ants on it, which would have made it a bit difficult to carry the tree, because I don't know if you've ever encountered carpenter ants, but they have a very nasty bite. They're large and they just crawl everywhere, and when they bite you, it hurts. and it's just not something I wanted to do. So I had a friend over and we pulled it. Regarding other series, so I was saying I might be doing some more Civilization 3. I'm also thinking of perhaps doing some Stronghold Crusader as well. Not the AI series. That hasn't been getting many viewers, so I'm thinking of discontinuing that and perhaps bringing it back later, but actually going to do a single-player campaign on it might be something worthwhile to look at for me, just to complete the game, because I've been playing this game for a very long time. I remember it was one of the first games I really played extensively. I had it some years back, and a relative had sent me it. I was playing it on my old computer, which was a Windows 98, and by old computer I don't mean the one I've had before this one, because I've had several computers over the years of my life, but this was a Windows 98 and didn't have any internet. That was before the internet was a big thing for me, so I was just playing some Stronghold Crusader. Sometimes I'd just sit and listen to the people burn. Anyway, back on topic. Remember to ask questions. I love answering questions. I don't think this is going to be a very long Vultpod, but nonetheless, thank you all for watching. Like if you like, subscribe if you would like to, and ask questions. Please ask questions. I want to have an involved community, and the more questions you ask, the better you can get to know me, which is good if you want to watch someone, because then things are going. And it doesn't have to be questions about my person specifically. It can be questions about the scheduling of videos, about what sort of equipment I use, what sort of programs I use. It can be anything, really. Anything. Just, I guess that's Anavultus over and out, and I will see you all next time.